Hey everybody, happy Saturday, Feliz Sábado. So today is my auxiliary day, either today or tomorrow, Sábado o Domingo. But I decided to do some work today, and I just did bench press. I'm not gonna do overhead press because just trying to not burn too much out of the tank, as it were. And I was motivated to try something that I did a long time ago when I was much stronger and kicking around these various things just to keep training interesting and kind of hit different modes of stimuli as I was training. And there was this idea, and I came up with this dumb name like alternating competencies, where I would do a pause single, then a fast double, then like a pause double, then a fast set of 4, then like a pause triple, then a fast set of 6. And you can kind of see where this is going. And I keep pretty much the same weight. So the idea, like, things would scale, you get harder, and it get to something like a pause set of 5, and then a fast set of 10, and a reset. And if you're keeping track at home, right, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, that's 10, plus 5 is 15. Right? Double that, that's 30. So one pass through is 45 reps. You do 2 passes through, that's 90 reps. So you can scale up a lot of volume really quickly that way too. And it's just fun to kind of keep your mind engaged, because every set you're having to make sure you're tracking, counts and reps, and then you got to manage fatigue in between and whatever. It's just kind of something to keep mental focus in on training sessions. Well, I didn't do that today, but I did something that kind of harkens back to that notion. And so I mentioned the name before, John Hanley. He's got a really nice suite of tools that he's put together. And one of them kind of uses this notion where there's a pause set and then a touch and go set. And then you alternate those. And I did that today. And I was reminded rather quickly, even a relatively lightweight, how those two modes of stimulus, how that really does elicit some feels, as it were. I could feel a lot more pump in the chest a lot more quickly. It's like, you have these, when you do the pause, you've got to come out of, static state, and, now you have an impulse, right, that you've got to start the bar with, right? So you've got very rapid acceleration at that initial motion of the bar, and you're doing that for that set. And then the next set, you're just in this constant, set of cycling, where you're doing a touch and go, but you're building up more reps, so your muscles are kind of in the game longer. And so you're alternating between those two things, where you're trying to tell the entire muscle to fire at once, or most of the muscle to fire at once when you come out of the pause. And then then the next set, you're putting in this constant workload where it's got to keep cycling and cycling and cycling. So I think there's something to that. I'm no A&P guy. I'm no exercise physiologist. I'm no biomedical person. I don't know anything about this stuff, but it's just something that I was playing with, and it kind of seemed to work. And the idea is still kind of out there living, and I think it's a pretty good one. And it still makes for a fun, quick set. I did 6 sets total, 3 of the pause and 3 of the not pause, the touch and go, lightweight, 145 pounds. The pause were sets of 6, the touch and go were sets of 10. So altogether, 48 reps, close to 50. Nice, nice number of reps there, and things feel good, which is cool. Quick warm up, hit those things. I want to say it took me about 25 minutes from warm up to being done, all set. And that's a nice, if I can squeeze a block for whatever exercise in about 30 minutes, I'm pretty happy with it. And that's why I do a lot of sets of 5 by 5 on deadlift, because that fits into that block pretty easily as well. So again, another shout out, right? So that scheme or schema is sitting inside of the set of really nice tools that this gentleman John Hanley has got out there. Barbell Toolkit. I think you probably Google his name and Barbell Toolkit, it'll come up. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description here or edit it later. It's got some really good schemes in it. It does have an AI assistant in it, which is pretty cool. So you can basically start doing your own custom programming using some of the good ideas that are out there vis-a-vis some large language thing. Some LLM is out there harvesting all these things from the interwebs and hopefully filtering out, the not so great stuff via convergence. Hopefully the good ideas are the ones that rise to the top and, using those things judiciously. And I think that that's the case because John's been in there tinkering with the algorithm, taking out the stuff that doesn't make sense and reformatting it as he needs to. And he's out there kind of beta testing it. You can download this stuff, use it for free. Actually can't, it's just a website, but a really nice thing that you folks out there can go fiddle with and figure out if it helps you keep your training motivating, interesting, and to help keeps you moving forward the way you want to go. So with that being said, happy Saturday, Feliz Sábado. Good day out here in the gym. Really quick. About to take about half as long to make this video as it did to actually do the workout. Feels like, but yeah. I'm having a good weekend. Hope all you folks out there are too. And don't forget, get into those gyms, hit those goals, and get swole. Peace. 그때보다 조금은 익었어 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 의지면서 서러워질 때마다 일어서 다시 고쳐서